Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I am back. And welcome to a new series that I like to call Hot Topics of the Day. This is a series that was recommended to me by my best friend because every morning she gets up and starts looking through TMZ and other things online to find out the hottest stories about the Kardashians and about everything going on in the world, everything entertainment-wise. And so she suggested to me that I start coming up with a list of 5 to 10 things a day, counting them down to 5 to 1 or 10 to 1 of the hottest entertainment and pop culture news stories of the day. So I have to tell you, I'm a little nervous. I thought that I would wear a shirt and tie. I feel like Michael Buckley from back in the day on What's Up. Do you guys remember him? But anyway, I thought I would wear a shirt and tie today to feel, I have my reading glasses and I have my pen and I feel like a fraud playing a news reporter for a little bit. That since CNN has fired Chris Cuomo, I guess there is a position open. So I am going to open this tie a little bit because whoo, the cookies are done in here. But I do want to get right into this today. Listen, bear with me. This is my first time doing this. You guys, I spent about an hour this morning outlining the entire news stories. I actually had a lot of fun doing this. What I will say about this is if this video is well received and people seem to like it, this is something that I will try to continue Monday through Friday regularly. And we'll just make it a regular series where I do hot topics every single day. On the weekends, I will do countdown lists of other things, like, I don't know, like talking about specific movies or musicians or artists or scandals in pop culture or things like that. So if you guys like this, let me know in the comment section and stick around. If this video bombs, this will probably be the last time I ever do something like this. And of course, I will be continuing my fan-flipping, fantastic videos where I read all of the fools of YouTube on a regular basis. Okay, so let's get into this. I thought that I would do a song of the day and that I would also, or the song of the day, and that I would also talk about the movies over the past couple days if it's like a Monday covering the weekend. So the song of the week is still Easy on Me by Adele. Last week it was at number 2. It has moved up to number 1. And the entire album is staying very strong on the charts. The movie over the weekend that held the number 1 spot was Encanto. It is a Walt Disney Animation Studios, tells the tale of an extraordinary family, the Madrigals, who live hidden in the mountains of Colombia in a magical house, in a vibrant town, in a wondrous, charmed place called an Encanto. And what couldn't be more fantastic than a Disney movie with your family over the holiday season? And I have to tell you what was really funny in looking up these stories was that on TMZ, and I found all of my stories from TMZ, People, The Insider, News Source, Hollywood This, E-Entertainment. I was all over looking for stuff, but what was funny was that it seemed like this week specifically, there were a lot of couples that were out doing family things. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck had family time. They went to a movie with their kids and things like that. So number 2 movie of the weekend was Ghostbusters Afterlife, and number 3, ringing in at number 3 of the longest, worst movie I have seen in the last few years, The House of Gucci. All right, can't wait for that Oscar nomination for Lady Gaga. I'm also going to be doing a shout out of the day, and I tweeted out and asked people who deserved a shout out of the day and why. And I want to give a shout out of the day, a very, very special shout out of the day to Rihanna and her daughter, who just today, her daughter had brain surgery and she made it through. And I want to send prayers and positivity to Rihanna and her daughter out there and on getting well soon. And that is amazing and fantastic. All right, so are you guys ready for the top 10 hot topics from the weekend? All right, let's get into this. I do have to say I need a little lip gloss. I know, that's from my other videos, but I really do need some lip gloss to get into all of this. Okay, now I tried to count these down 10 to 1, and I'm probably gonna always make the number 1 spot something kind of a little foolish and funny. But I did try to count these down, and I did try to pick what I thought were the top 10 hottest stories over the weekend. Now, I will tell you that every day I will probably just do 5 stories because unless there's more going on, I might do 6, I might do 8, I might do 9, who knows. But on Mondays, because I will be covering all of the entertainment news and pop culture news that happened over the weekend, I'm acting as if people are gonna like this and this is gonna continue. All right, that's so cute, isn't it? That's sweet. But anyway, over like on a Monday, I will probably be covering 10 stories, whereas the rest of the week, it'll just be like 5 each day. So I just made a list of 10 stories of things that had happened over the weekend to get you guys all caught up on all of the entertainment, news, and pop culture information going on out there. Pop culture information, pop culture news. Can you guys tell I'm nervous? I'm really nervous. This is like something different than I've done. I'm gonna call it my good Judy and I'll be like, listen, I'm never doing this again. I'm so nervous. I wore a tie. I tried to make my hair look nice and everything. Okay, ringing in number 10 on the list is that John Legend has announced that he will be doing a 2022 Las Vegas residency at Planet Hollywood. So congratulations to John Legend on that. Let me know in the comment section below if that is a residency that you will be going to Las Vegas for. I personally, now I know y'all are some John Legend fans out there. Okay, I'm not the biggest John Legend fan in the entire world. Stevie Nicks, I'm still waiting on her Las Vegas residency. So when Stevie Nicks gets a Las Vegas residency, I might go out there for that. All right, number 9 on the list is that Drake, who previously had 2 Grammy nominations for the upcoming Grammys, has withdrawn his Grammy nominations, leaving it now just to the 4 nominees that are up. People are speculating that this could be for 2 reasons. Number 1, people are speculating that it could be because Drake is just not very supportive of these kind of award shows and these accolades, and has said from many, you guys are impressed that like I know my information. I read the articles this morning and everything, okay? Now I might have to refer to my phone here in a second, but no. Drake has said that he is not somebody that is like super supportive of these kind of award shows and things like that, that he doesn't really think that they mean a whole lot at the end of the day. The other reason that people are believing that maybe he withdrew from the Grammys, and this seems to be the more likely subject, is that he is one of the people that is named with Travis Scott, in which we will be talking about more in here in just a little bit, in the Astroworld lawsuits over the Astroworld tragedy of the people that died in the most recent tragedy with the recent tragedy with Astroworld. So people are thinking, out of honor of that Drake is removing his nominations for the Grammys. I don't know. We'll probably find out more. Ringing in at number 8, Farrah Abraham of Teen Mom fame will be back in January for a Teen Mom reunion show. And in recent interviews recently, she informed the people, that's us, that it got quite physical. And I cannot imagine that Tara Abraham, world's most fantastic mother, OG teen mom of the world, that it got a little physical with the other moms. But I have to say that I will be there for that Teen Mom OG reunion. Honestly, I cannot wait for whatever kind of SHI Toot show that will be. All right, number 7, Elon Musk's ex-girlfriend, Grimes, came out with a song. The song is called Player of Games. It does not mention him, but it does say, I'm in love with the greatest gamer, but he'll always love the game. And other lines of the song went in to talk about you'll be in outer space and all this kind of stuff. And it was obviously about Elon Musk. So people are kind of loving the song. They're loving all of these like subtle digs that Grimes is getting in at Elon Musk. They do have a baby together, which is, you know, interesting that she came out with this song. People are calling her the modern day Taylor Swift. So I don't know that I see Taylor Swift and Grimes. If you've ever seen Grimes or seen her interviewed or anything like that, it's very, very interesting. I don't see them hanging out anytime in the near future together. Okay. In a more serious news topic, number 6 is that Chris Cuomo was fired from CNN last week. This has been like all over the news. People are talking about this left and right. Last week, there wasn't a lot of obvious evidence as to why CNN, it's still burning up in here. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. Anyway, you gotta have a dance break every once in a while, right? So anyway, people were speculating as to what this was about. There were a lot of things. Chris Cuomo was talking about his brother and supporting his brother and things like that. And people were really confused as to why he was fired from CNN, a former reporter for CNN News. Now, over the weekend, more information has come out. An attorney has posted on Twitter, I think, which is probably the most professional place to do it, that her legal counsel has been retained by representation for a woman who is alleging sexual misconduct towards or against Chris Cuomo. So now it seems that CNN... Oh, it's a spam call! Decline! it now seems that Chris Cuomo allegedly was probably more than likely terminated for these allegations of sexual misconduct. I think this story, a lot of people are really, really invested in this story. Both sides of the camp are out. There were a lot of people that really liked Chris Cuomo. There were a lot of people that really didn't, coming from a famous family, things like that. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, and what these allegations are about. And, in watching and reading the articles today, he had a lot of opportunity to talk about these things before this came out today. So, he didn't mention anything about that before. In fact, he acted like he was completely clueless as to why he was terminated. So that is the Chris Cuomo story. Going on to more pop culture stories. Bringing in at number 5 is that Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner, amid rumors of their having broken up, are still very, very much together. So there was a magazine article that was leaked. They were supposed to be on the cover of W Magazine. The cover was actually pulled because of the recent Astroworld tragedy. And they were supposed to cover that, and there was going to be this interview and a story about them and all this kind of stuff. Supposedly, the story leaked, and it was said that people were saying that Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner were no longer together. That is actually completely inaccurate. Sources close to the couple are saying that they are 100% together, and that they are actually romantically and presumably exclusive as well, which is very interesting. And Kylie Jenner has made several statements about the Astroworld tragedy, as have Travis Scott. But Travis Scott and the Astroworld story I will be talking about coming up later in my top 10 list, so we will get to that in just a second. I don't know what I think about them as a couple. I'm kind of surprised. It's kind of like one of those situations where I'm kind of surprised that Kylie didn't, in that moment, if she isn't, really, really in love, I think that would be an interesting opportunity, that if she took that to, leave and say, okay, I'm distancing myself, right? She didn't do that. She, stood by him. So, we'll see. Okay. Number 4 is that the singing group BTS opens up their own, people are going crazy about this, you guys too, individual member Instagram accounts. Okay, so each member of BTS now has their own Instagram accounts, and you guys, when you look, it's crazy. They have literally, they have to be, on a world fame level, they have to have rocketed way past the Beatles and stuff. The Beatles, I'm so old school. Popularity at this point, right? It's crazy to me. And they are so popular everywhere around the world. So anyway, they have now opened not just the BTS Instagram account, but they have each opened their own Instagram accounts. But this is making people wonder, are they possibly going to be going to their own singing careers and breaking up soon? People are wondering if that's why they are doing this thing. Apparently, they just came off of vacation, and so they talked about their vacation, and that they are coming back to resume where they left off. So anyway, very interesting. But their Instagram was, literally overnight. It was crazy. All right. Ringing in at number 3, Khloe Kardashian is upset over Tristan Thompson's continued cheating and having a third child with personal trainer Marilee Nichols. Nichols is suing Thompson for child support and other pregnancy-related fees after the child was conceived in March. Sources close to Khloe Kardashian are saying that friends and family have encouraged Khloe time and time and time and time and time and time and time again, okay, to infinity with mirrors, to leave Tristan once and for all. Khloe and Tristan seemed to be getting along much better during the lockdown. They were together through all of that. And people were really hopeful about that relationship, hopeful that Tristan had changed his ways. Sources close to Khloe Kardashian and Tristan are saying that Tristan has not changed his ways and continues to cheat on Khloe, and Khloe continues to struggle with this. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I feel for Khloe Kardashian over all of this. I think sometimes snap out of it. Snap out of it, girl. Okay. Number 2, very, very serious. This just happened, I think today. Travis Scott requests dismissal of Astroworld Festival lawsuit, denying responsibility. And I actually want to read you part of the article that I read, because this is very, very important. And this comes from TMZ. Travis Scott doesn't believe he should be tied to litigation when it comes to the tragedy that happened at Astroworld, which is why he is asking a judge to nix one of the lawsuits against him. The rapper just filed legal documents obtained by TMZ denying the claims against him by a guy who's alleging he was in the crowd at the festival. Travis asking that his suit be dismissed with prejudice, specifically as it pertains to Travis Scott himself, his company, and his foundation label. Travis is issuing a general denial, which is a legal term in civil suits that allows one to submit one blanket response to all of the allegations against them. In other words, Travis is making clear that the deaths and injuries are not his responsibility, and he's asking a judge to toss the suit against him and his entities. By the way, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Travis is planning to issue a similar response for every civil suit against him, and trust us, there are many. He might be able to do it in one fell swoop, though. Last week, there was a motion filed to combine all 275 cases that have been filed thus far into one multi-district litigation, which would consolidate many of the suits. And that is actually really hot news that is coming out of today. I just was reading an article about that. This is from Vulture. Astroworld lawsuits to become one case with over 1,250 plaintiffs. This is a pretty big deal that Travis Scott is issuing a statement that he is saying that he takes no responsibility for it whatsoever. Drake has also been named in this litigation as well. What's interesting about that is the consequences of what could happen to Travis Scott if found guilty or responsible for these deaths. So this will be a situation that is continuing to go, on and on and on. And we're seeing many, many artists that are canceling concerts right now and are not going on with their shows as a result of the Astroworld tragedy. It's absolutely heartbreaking and it is devastating. And in talking about Astroworld in a Q&A that I did recently, I was talking about how my husband and I go to a lot of music festivals, and the first time that I ever went to Ultra Music Festival, and this is by no means no comparison, I'm just sharing my own personal experience with this, that when we were leaving, it was about 10,000, 20,000 people trying to get through this door exit that had 10 people could go through at a time. And I just was holding my husband's hand. I was like, I couldn't see. There were people a lot taller than me. And it was like people were chanting the 7 Army Nation song. And it just was a lot. And we were just like shuffling like this. I can't even imagine. And that was manageable. But I was still like a little like, okay, this is kind of scary. I cannot even imagine, okay, what those people at Astroworld went through for then Travis Scott to say when it has been shown that he has encouraged people to rush stages and things like that in the past, that he takes absolutely no responsibility. And whether he's responsible or not, or whether that's just in legal documentation or not, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess he will have to live with himself. So let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. Our final story of the week, which is very, very serious and very, very important, is that forever Playboy and former ex of Kourtney Kardashian, Scott Disick, was seen over the weekend partying with a mystery woman in Miami. So that is all the news that I have to bring for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this Hot Topics. If you guys did, let me know in the comment section below, and this is something that I will continue. Trust me, I will be a little bit more comfortable as the days come. I'm still getting used to this. I will be filming a YouTube tea, drama, commentary, gossip, whatever you call it, video as well. And if you missed my video that I did with my best friend yesterday, we did a video covering the most recent premiere of The Real Housewives of Orange County. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.